Like, if there's no limit, right? If the sky's the limit, and you've already surpassed the sky, what's next? What's next? You figure it out. You literally pave the way. You keep going forward. You don't just stop there and be like, okay, mission complete, done. Yeah, I've achieved what I've needed to achieve. There's still more things to figure out. The pattern isn't fully realized. I mean, the what you were trying to figure out has been fully realized, but now there's potentially something else. But the way I see it, man, knowledge is ever changing, which means knowledge is ever changing. Nature is ever changing, which means I will forever be changing. Nothing is stagnant. So, I am nature at the end of the day. I am natural. I absorb, consume, and intake knowledge. So, by default, it's changing me. I'm changing the world. The world is changing me. It's a beautiful relationship, man. What's there to stress about, man? We doing it to each other. We doing it to each other. So we might as well have fun with it.
3, 2, 1. Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Jeoffrey Sarpong podcast. I am so excited for today, man. I don't know if you can tell, I'm so excited for today. We've been hanging out offline and we're just talking, and just the energy that is just currently just emanating through this. It's serious. So I know it's going to be a good one. But today, introduce my guest. Today I have Jason. Jason, how are you?
Hi. I'm good, man. I'm good. I really appreciate you having me back on the pod. Of course. How am I, though?
We'll get into that.
We'll get into that. But spoilers. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I used to say I'm chilling. Cooling. I'm living. Still alive. I'm still alive. I can't complain. Now, I'm at peace. Slight difference. Important distinction.
Love that. I really love that. And we'll get into that. I know you've talked about me. You talked at length about how you got there. And I think that's...
Before that.
Go on.
How you doing, Jeff? How you doing?
I love it. You're the only one who asks for it.
The podcast's popping off, man.
Thank you.
I'm seeing the views. I'm seeing the energy is actually like getting a little bit more, vulnerable and expressive. Like there was one video I saw. You're wearing a blue shirt. I can't remember what the question was. It was like I can't remember what the question was, but I felt a very good like resonation from that video title and thumbnail, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, I like the direction this man is going in. I appreciate it, and like honestly, like I always say the podcast is only because of you guys, the people that come on. Yeah. So like, if you're feeling the energy, it's because the people on are like giving that energy, and like I really appreciate that. Cohesion.
Exactly. Like I have the sickest friends, and like it's only because people here, when they come on here, they give me like the opportunity to ask those kind of questions, and they just trust me that I'm not gonna, I'm really gonna listen and really gonna pay attention.
A safe space to explore.
Exactly.
Actually, a safe space to like explore what's going on.
Exactly, and that's what I want to do today. And so, like, just a quick introduction to the podcast. So I want to speak to Jason today because Jason is at peace, and I want to find out the journey towards that. One of the biggest since we last spoke, the biggest changes is I'm so happy about this. The creation of Phillian Brown, and like that's what this episode is going to be called, the birth of Phillian Brown, because over the past kind of couple of months, seeing you grow that channel, seeing you grow the topic, seeing you like actually like express yourself, it's just been amazing. All the different aspects of it's been amazing. I knew you could do it. I knew, and it's also like just like
you're part of the inspiration.
I appreciate that, man.
All believed in me, made me believe in myself.
100%. And now it comes back. The ping ball. 100%. All right, cool. So yeah, I wanted to get into that. I want to get into the idea of that and just really focus on that and see find out where that came from, and to begin, I remember one of your first videos on that channel, you talked about your intentions, and you mentioned the aim was to express, teach, create, liberate, explore, experience, a culmination of humanity. And I know that's your phrase, a culmination of humanity. So can you speak a little bit more about this, what each of that means to you, what that whole phrase means for you?
Oh my God, yes indeed. A culmination of humanity. Woo-wee. Culmination of humanity. Where do I even begin with that one, man? Because that one in itself is, even that's a journey. That's a journey in itself, you know what I mean? A culmination of humanity. Because at the end of the day, I think the first thought I had, like, oh yeah, like to do with humanity in its entirety was when everyone's like all arguing about different politics, races, different sides left and right. It's like, okay, you're against this and you're for this. That's calm. That's calm. You don't like these guys, you because of their skin color.
Yeah.
That's calm. And they don't like you because of your skin color. Okay, fair enough. But at the end of the day, what's the one thing that's tying us all together? You know, like, really and truthfully, it's humanity. Like, it's humans. You know what I mean? It's like we're all the same fucking person. We just have like really, you know, differentiated opinions. You know, we got different opinions. It's not a case of, oh, because this is wrong, you're wrong. We actually come together. We're all a culmination of each other. You know what I mean? And you know, they take, you know, different shapes, different spectrums, different magnitudes. They show up in different ways, different times and intensities. But at the end of the day, we are really just one race, a culmination of humanity.
So once you realized that, how did you? What was your goal then? You said your goal was to teach, like, talk more about that.
Yes,
so
yes.
Teach, express, create, liberate, explore, experience.
Indeed.
What did those mean?
Indeed.
How did you try to get that across?
Indeed. So, a culmination of humanity. You really have to. There's. I wonder how many aspects was that? 6 maybe.
Yeah. So express, teach, create, liberate, explore, experience. Yes.
Yeah. So essentially, creation, liberation, expression, and exploration. Those are really the main 4 you need to focus on, because the way I see it, with humanity wouldn't be a thing without creation, liberation, expression, or exploration. You need to create. You need to explore different fields to actually, you know, create different stuff. You need to break out from different mindsets to actually explore and innovate to create new stuff. You know what I mean? And then that all comes about through your expression. You know what I mean? That creation comes about from your expression. So it's like the whole entirety of humanity has been built upon creation, liberation, expression, and exploration. Quite literally. Like
And speak more about Philly and Brown. How did you do these 4 things? What was the idea behind that?
Oh yes. So essentially, the best way to learn how to create, the best way to liberate yourself, and the best way to explore yourself is to express yourself. And why did I make Philly and Brown? Philly and Brown, for those of you who don't know, is my YouTube channel. It's a shameless plug, but it's for an educational reason as well, though. Think about it. YouTube, the tube by which I view you. We connecting the dots out here. We're connecting the dots. Anyway, sorry. Point being, yeah, I can't apologize for being alive, nigga. Shit. Anyway, point being, the YouTube, the tube by which I used to view yourself. I used it as an opportunity to, you know, a platform to express everything that I wanted to do, everything that I am, because I realized, all of these, like, that no one gives a fuck about who I am in the slightest. I don't even know who I am for anyone to give a fuck about who I am anyway. So I just started dropping videos trying to figure out who the fuck I am, essentially. You know, I mean, I had an idea, of course. You know, 23 years old, I had an idea. But yeah, I just really use YouTube as a platform to like really like figure it out, you know, experiment, you know, see myself through a different lens, quite literally and figuratively, of course, because I'm, you know, taking videos. But anyway.
What did you learn so far after the first couple of videos? What are some of the things that you learned about yourself?
Truly, no one gives a fuck. To be honest, you know, for good, definitely for better. I mean, definitely.
For both.
For both, man. They work towards the same goal. Not caring works towards the same goal. You know what I mean? A peace, essentially. But you know, I realized, I'm out here starting my journey from, you know, bottom to top. It kind of inspired me. Like, I have made like 7 videos already. I'm getting a little bit better, right? I'm getting a little bit more coherent, you know. I'm getting a little bit more articulate with my sentences. I'm getting a little bit more confident. Chest is, you know, poking out a little bit. I'm feeling something. I'm making sense, and I like what I'm hearing. So that just, like, when you keep making videos, it gets easier, you know. When you do one thing every day, it gets easier. I wasn't doing it every day because, you know, I'm a whimsical man. Shit, time can't control me. Time contain me. Nah, sorry.
I know you're about to go off, so I'm saving both of us.
Yeah, I agree.
But like, okay, so even on that then, because what you mentioned about like the fact that doing multiple videos really helped you. I can relate so much because I'm literally on that same journey. Like at the beginning, like the reason I created this podcast was to try to understand myself better. Like I had this thing where I wrote down, I was like, in order to understand yourself, and I remember we talked about this just before, in order to understand yourself, you have to understand other people. And I think that in order to, this is literally me, just talking to people, hearing them speak about their experience, and then I can understand myself.
Yeah, relating them back to you, resonating, and relating, back to you, their grievances or achievements, experiences, explorations.
Yeah, even the expression, and I think that's what's so cool about it. And figuring that out made me able to really like understand it day to day and just keep on going, and then every video I can see I can see myself, I'm getting better. Okay, to talk more about that, to move from that into like mastery. I know you've talked about that. It's one of the videos you talked about. What is about to get your notes out, because we came with notes today. That's amazing. So you mentioned mastery is about realizing both physical and mental, overcoming physical and mental willpower. Talk to me about that. How did the idea of mastery start, but also how has been the journey to the path and destination of mastery? Because I remember one of the notes you put down, you were like, everyone wants to be a hustler, everyone wants to be working till 4 a.m. in the morning, every single day, and it's an interesting battle between that mental aspect of that and the physical aspect of always turning up. And I've definitely felt that within this podcast. Like one of the most important thing when I first started for me was consistency. I was, if I'm gonna do this, I have to commit consistency. There is no other way to do it. Like discipline, consistency, motivation. You gotta find a way to do it, because otherwise you're not doing it really. You're just you're dipping your toes into it. And when people are like, you're half-assing it, you never want to half-ass anything, because you need to get to the point where you're proud of it. And you won't get to that point unless you put that amount of effort into it, unless you really think about trying to achieve that level. That level of like mastery.
You can do it before you gotta believe you can do it before you actually make that commitment, before you can actually full ass it, if you will.
100%. And I think you mentioned also, bro, this is crazy, by the way. We're outside, it's like spitting a little bit of rain, the wind is going off, but we're doing it for you in any condition. Yeah, so if you hear like a lot of like stuff going on and you can really hear us, then yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and like we'll just have to power through. Okay, so in the interest of that, then in the just thinking about that topic about the path to mastery, you one of the things you also mentioned is that you are forced to change.
Indeed.
You're forced to change in that aspect of it. So talk about that, and also mastery or in general. I see you found your notes.
Indeed, yes. So the way I put it in this is you need to be put in a state in which you are sort of forced to want to change your current state. Otherwise, you wouldn't even want to or have the need to make the move forward. What I mean by that is comfort breeds weakness, but its main component is stagnation. When comfortable, the need for action is greatly reduced, because if you're comfortable, you don't need to do anything to change what to do. It's like if you're at peace, you don't need to do anything because you're comfortable, you're satisfied, you're fulfilled. You don't need to, get this, get that, desire that. No, you're chilling because it's already here. You already got what you've wanted. You already got what you wanted. You already got what you desired. You know what I mean? So the need for action is greatly reduced. And this is why I say satisfaction is the antithesis of sacrifice. I will say that one more time for the niggas in the back. I said satisfaction is the antithesis of sacrifice. Now what the fuck does that mean? So when you're comfortable, you could say you're in a safe place. You are safe. But why I say comfort breeds weakness, of course, is because of stagnation. You make no movements, you don't make any changes, which means you're gonna stay the same. You're gonna stay comfortable, and you will not, and most importantly, you will not develop. You will not change from where you are or your current state. So in order to reach that sacrifice that you really want for, if you're in a comfortable state and you're thinking like, oh, if you're in an uncomfortable state and you're like, oh, I should be comfortable, you need to make a sacrifice. You need to let go of something which is dragging you down.
What's that sacrifice for you?
For me, that was fucking everyone. That was the world, myself included. God too, the devil as well. I let go of I was like, fuck all you niggas. Like, straight up, fuck all you niggas. I'ma do this for me. Straight up, yeah, that's it. I was gonna say something else, but nah, really, that's enough. I literally just did it for me. I was like, yeah, fuck all you guys. I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna prioritize myself rather than giving my energy away to other people who do not even what they do or do not. I'm not giving my energy away to other people.
What does that look like? Is that like not hanging out with people?
That's just everything. Everything is energy, vibrations, fluctuations. So it's like talking, even saying hi, smiles, thoughts, mental emotions. I was not smiling at niggas, bro. Niggas is not smiling. I don't smile at niggas, man. What the fuck I gotta be smiling at niggas for, man? What the fuck? Oh shit. It's like I'm not having a good day. I got shit to figure out, bro. I'm thinking right now. What am I smiling for? Oh, I'm pondering, bro. Oh shit. Sorry about it. Anyway, you get the point. You know, emotion, mental capacity. It's like, why am I giving all of this? Why am I transferring all of this energy to other things which are not actually in alignment with who and what I want to achieve? It doesn't make any damn sense. So then I was like, you know, fuck all y'all niggas. I'm gonna go start working and then, you know, see where we are in a couple years. I said that like what 5 years ago, 2019ish, 2018, 2017. Really, I've been saying it all my life, but I didn't realize it until like, you know, that time. I actually started making the effort to do it. But
I've got a question on that.
You know, do your thing, yeah.
Can you share a little bit about how like the role of like isolation that you talked about and seclusion, how that like fostered your development, how that helped you on that? Like once you made the decision that you're gonna go away from everyone, you know, spend some time alone, kind of monk mode. How did that kind of help? Like obviously you were in alone, you're probably reading a lot, thinking a lot, writing a lot. But how was that process like?
A lot of thoughts. So there's a new concept on Instagram called like rotting. Basically, it's a bunch of fucking what's the word? I will call them repressed individuals. Repressed individuals, because yeah, depression is a thing, but that's just a symptom. Repression is the cause of depression. You're not being able to express yourself is the cause of depression. Which is repression. So that's what it was. Like rotting is like a concept where people just chill in their bed and just like stew in their own fucking filth, literally like a fucking pig. Like literally just sit there and do nothing, you know, scroll on phone all day, maybe not even do that, just like sleep, look into the ceiling.
We've all been there though.
We've all been there. You have to go through that period of time. You do have to. I come at it with like a negative, you know, aggressive viewpoint, but really and truthfully, all of these things are necessary for your benefit, because in those times you are literally processing. The most important thing is processing. But rotting is also a symptom of not being able to express yourself. Because you can't express yourself, you're not processing. To express, you must process. To process, you must express. You know what I mean? So, or to process, you must experience. What you call it?
To express, you must process.
Yes.
What was the first thing you had to process in order to get to that stage?
Really and truthfully, like, what do I even want? What am I doing this all for? You know, why am I doing the things that I do? You know what I mean? Why am I going to work? Yeah, to get money. But what am I going to use that money for? To get this. But why do I need this item to serve this benefit? But why do I need it to serve this benefit? Because then you realize, I don't know. I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I don't know what any of this is. I don't know why I'm doing the things I'm doing.
Just doing them.
Yeah, and then it makes you like unmotivated as well. It puts you in a place of unmotivation. It's like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but I still have to do it because, you know, I have this responsibility, obligation. I can't just leave. Fear comes into place. False evidence appearing real comes into place. You know what I mean? And then you start thinking to yourself, it's like, okay, shit. And then you're in a state of like trying to express yourself, but you don't know how because you've been repressing yourself for the longest fucking time. And then boom.
Did you find an answer to that question? Why?
Yeah. So this I'm coming strictly from the perspective of rotting. Like if you're in that place of repression. Yeah, like I've been there before many times. That's one of my favorite things to do. Just fucking sit there and just be like, yeah, no obligations, no responsibilities. Fuck all you niggas. I'm gonna go binge watch 42 different seasons of anime in the next, like straight up marathon that shit. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do. But then I realize, obviously, you know, you get restless. You know what I mean? You get restless and you want to do other things. You get uncomfortable, and it takes away. Most importantly, it takes away from peace. Like, nothing is inherently wrong. But if you're not at peace, that means you should do something about it. That's the only difference. That's what I realized. That was the main thing I realized when I was in what do you call it? If there is nothing, what did I even say? Yeah, nothing is inherently wrong. No action is inherently wrong. But if you're not at peace, then something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. So that's the realization I made from the rotting, because it's like, okay, because while you're rotting, you're not just like enjoying it. You're kind of just like, okay, I have no responsibilities. I'm kind of nothing right now. I'm kind of just in a void of liminality, just in betwixt and in between, the space between space. Nothing but the void of your mind in the place anyway. I was about to start.
You start borrowing my mic, fam. Start flaming my mics. I need this mic, bro. Start feeling inspired. Alright, cool. And on that topic then of finding your true self and understanding the realities and going from a place of just not expressing yourself, talk to me about the triangle of life. How I'm thinking is a form we use to achieve that. So yeah, talk to me about the triangle of life.
Oh yes, formulas, man. Formulas. Geometry, man. Nature's favorite fucking mathematical formula. My bad. Geometry, man. Geometry. The triangle. So obviously you have the triangle, the triad. Things come in many shapes and sizes. I'll tell you this now, there's like 5 main components. Technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a circle, triangle, square. There's a circle, triangle, square. What the fuck?
I have no idea what you're talking about right now, guys.
Circle, triangle, square, circle. There's 4 main components. Circle, triangle, square, circle. Yes,
explain, bro. Explain, bro.
I need to fucking process it before I can explain it, my nigga. What the fuck? I need to process it before I can explain it, though. But anyway, there's 4 fundamental building blocks to this reality, nigga, and it's geometry. It's technically 3. There's the triangle. So as we're talking about, you want me to discuss the triangle, right?
Divine union. What's the divine union?
No. You wanted me to discuss the triangle of life, right?
Yeah.
So basically, there are technically 4 components to the triangle of life, which is a circle, a triangle, a square, and an inner circle. But those 2 circles represent the same thing, making it 3 aspects of like fundamental building blocks. You can say it's 5, but it's really 3. It's literally circle, triangle, and square. In Taoist philosophy, they have an image in the Tao Te Ching or something like that. But this guy basically literally made a fucking painting in calligraphy called the fucking universe. It's literally just a circle, a triangle, and a square.
Okay. So obviously,
let me finish. Let me get into. Give it the space. Give it the space. So you have the triangle, right? You've heard of God. You've heard of the devil. You've heard of Jesus. You've heard of heaven, hell, earth, chaos, harmony, balance. You've heard of left, right, middle, up, down. What's the middle? Let's go. It would be middle as well, to be honest. Up, down, middle. Left, right, center, up, down, middle. Anyway, point being, sorry, I just thought of a crosshair in my head. You know what I mean? Because left, right, middle, up, down, middle. Anyway, point being. These things come in threes. Most people say, oh yeah, these 2 come in pairs. No, nigga, it comes in 3s. It comes in a triad. You have the ascended, you have the descended, and you have everything in between. You have 1 extreme, you have 2 extreme. You have everything in between. And they fluctuate from 1 extreme to the next. Fluctuate constantly, left to right to left to right. And if you think about it, 1 line in the middle. I'm an artist, by the way. 1 line in the middle. 1 extreme, another extreme, and it's fluctuating like a wave. Eventually, you get the figure of 8, right? And what does the figure of 8 represent? Infinity. The triangle of life is infinite.
Can I go on a question on that?
Go ahead.
I want to go on a question on that because I'm kind of understanding what you're saying, but I want to bring it to where we can all understand. I think, how do you see it reflected in human relationships or in the world around us? So maybe at work or something like that, somewhere people can understand it.
Do that right now. Black and white. Black and white. The race war. Politics. Left and right. Pick red or blue. Blue pill or the red pill? Are you gonna be a Democrat or a liberal? Or Republican or liberal, or what was it? I don't fucking know these things. It's blue and red, you know what I mean? Blue, red, left, right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, duality. The dyad, they break it down. They break down its actual component into 2 different pieces and tell you, choose between one. Completely ignoring the thin line in the middle. The thin line, the path less traveled. I'm too inspired right now, man. The English is going up, and this is why. I'm gonna break some minds right now. So let's think about this. So we've spoken about blue, red, left, right, duality, and if we're thinking the whole goal is unity, what needs to happen to that duality? It needs to blend. It needs to meet somewhere in the middle, right? It needs to meet somewhere in the middle. So if God is one, and he gets separated down into 2, into left and right, they eventually meet at the middle, on a line, on a plane, left and right. If all we are is unity and infinite,
it's 1 + 1 = 3.
1 + 1 = 3. We reside at the middle. We reside on the line between left and right. We are in the middle. That being said, that line we exist on would be one-dimensional. That line we exist on would be one-dimensional, right? But if we take it into 2 dimensions, it would be a square. It would be a plane.
Wait, why is it one-dimensional?
A line is literally just one-dimensional in nature. Literally, it's just one line. There's no angle really. It's 180 degrees. No, a line is just a 180-degree angle. So.
But two dimensions.
2 dimensions. What would you get? It would be a line, but then you'd like maybe curve up to this way. It would be a square, a flat plane, right? And if you get into 3D, you get yourself a sphere, or you get yourself a circle, because that line expands outwards into the left and the right. I might draw a quick demonstration, but what I'm trying to say is, this is why the people say the Earth is flat. Because we exist on the plane of inertia. The plane is a square, a flat square. What people are actually trying to say is that plane is being projected out into
3D.
Into 3D.
Which makes it look.
Yes. Which make it look. It's so technically in a 3-dimensionally, it is 3D. It is a square, cube. Sorry. In my opinion, it would be a cube because symbolism, but we can get into that one later, man. We'll break your minds with the flat Earth first, and then we'll describe how it's a fucking cube. But if we go back to what I just said, a flat Earth, 1-dimensional will be a line, 2-dimensional will be a square, 3-dimensional will be a cube. You know what I mean? Point being, anyway, yeah. So people are saying the line is a projection, the line or the Earth is a projection of that line. So while we do experience it as a globe, as a 3D globe, I'm gonna tell you it's a fucking cube. The Earth is cubed like 1 dice. Anyway.
All right. So I interject only to help you. Yeah, that's the role. Okay. So you were going off and you're talking about the different realities and how how we perceive it. Talk to me about the mind, body, soul, because that's what I'm interested in. Because you've talked to me about this idea and you made me understand not just the plane of reality, but how I can really take that advice into my life. Right? How like. In order for you to really be a complete being, you have to make sure that your mind is there, your body is there, but you also have to look after your soul, right? Talk to me about that. What's the idea like, and unpack that for me a little bit.
So this really just goes back to the triangle of life, really. You got 1, 2, and 3, mind, body, soul. The mind, logic, soul, nurture, body. That's where it all materializes. That's the vessel by which the mind and the soul operate through. So the body is where you need to focus on, the heart. You know, that's where actions take place. So thoughts can't do anything by themselves. Soul can't nurture anything by itself or influence anything by itself. The body they need to work through the body to actually do these things. So essentially, that's pretty much it.
You just need to look after your soul, look after your mind, and look after your body.
Yeah, mind, body, soul. They all work in unison for the same goal. And if they're in misalignment, that's when you get uncomfortable. That's when you get stressed. That's when you get emotional. That's when you get sad. Because none of these things are really inherently bad. It's just the lack of being able to process and express these things. And if you're in misalignment, it's so much harder to like express what you need to get off your chest. And if you miscorrectly interpret, or if you misinterpret what you wanted to express, then obviously that just leaves for like misunderstandings, and that becomes false evidence appearing real, and then you get fear, and then the cycle repeats itself, and then boom, now you're at the bottom of the street at 72 years old smoking heroin and crack with the goddamn hobos. What just happened? I literally just ate a donut. I just made a bad idea and ate a donut. Anyway, yeah, sorry, that's the thing. It can literally go like
it can no, understand it. The butterfly effect, and 100%. Okay, just okay on that idea. Then just linger a little bit on that idea. What are some of the ways? Because I know you have ways, you have systems in place. Maybe not systems, the wrong way. You have ways that you make sure that you keep your mind, body, and soul kind of aligned. What are some of the ways that you do that?
I can't lie. I'll tell you the most superior one you can do right now is fucking breathe. Breathe, not even meditate. Fucking breathe. Inhale oxygen.
Breathe through your nose, out through your mouth.
Inhale oxygen, no matter in any way you can. Take the deepest damn breath. You really feel like the breath, like go like into your fucking like every single iota atom of oxygen touching your damn nostrils, your nostril hairs, into your esophagus, into your navel cavities, and just follow it to where it goes and see if you can push it further. That's it. Just breathe. Just fucking breathe. Learn to breathe. Open up your lungs. Like this, the way I'm sitting is really bad for my back right now. It's stopping my breathing. I'm gonna show you something right now. And now look, like the confidence, like the emanation of voice. You can project your voice, the breath. It's the airways are clear. I'm more focused. You know what I mean? I'm more aligned, stable, straight, secure. There's a whole fucking spiritual shift that happens if you learn how to breathe. That's breathing. That's energy manipulation, live in the flesh, live demonstration, live in the flesh. Sorry. I'm feeling good now after that one. Sun's out again. Nah, hey, I'm feeling a little bit chipper now.
Let's go after, and not to be the bearer again. To take that and now go into more of because I know in the journey that we go on, there are good times and there are bad times, and we always try to focus on the good times. But I think as a complete person, I like to focus on the bad times too, you know. And I think that one of my favorite videos that you made was the video when you talk about confusing times, because not only did it show a vulnerability that was like so like in strength, but it also showed that you were thinking out loud in this process, and then when you do come out of it and find peace. And it's so crazy you mentioned that, because like that confusing times, the storm, and then there's a calm, the storm, and then there's a calm. But let's talk to me about that. What was that like, going through that confusing times, and how did you kind of go from that into where you kind of overcame that? But yeah. So what was it like?
I can't lie.
Those times.
Project Pat, life we live. You gotta take the good with the bad, smile with the sad, love what you got and remember what you had. And the most important one, fucking with the ones who helped me in the times when I was dead broke, didn't even have a dime. My family, they was there. My niggas, they was there. You see, that's where it all comes down to. That's where it all comes down to. Like, you realize, I don't even know what question you asked me, but you realize the ups and downs, they're gonna be bad, but like, there are literally people, you might feel shit, but there are literally people out there who, your friends will literally fucking listen to you. Like, I don't know what I could, like, back in the day, this is the most like really recent thing for me, so I haven't really processed it like too coherently yet. But back in the day, like in my childhood, I don't think I could trust any of my friends. Like, not because, not because of like, because of them. It was because I didn't want to get hurt. Straight up, I was so sensitive and afraid of being like damaged. I was like, I don't think I can trust you. Like, I hear the words you're saying, but I ain't gonna have any expectations about if you're gonna achieve it or not. I ain't gonna tell you how I feel or express myself to you, because I don't feel like right. It doesn't feel right for me to do so. I guess that could have been, still haven't processed why. I know exactly why, but I don't want to say it now because I probably start crying or some shit. Anyway, point being, take the pause. You got to take the pause. Stop the processing. You got to breathe. Whew. But yeah, you got you got to remember, man. These guys, they just listened. You know what I mean? They listened to you. They listen. They literally let you express. They are a vessel by which you can express yourself. Like what I talked about, the whole cause of depression being repression. So what's the solution? Expression. What do friends provide? They provide the shoulder to cry on, a shoulder to an ear to listen, you know what I mean? An ear to allow you to express yourself. Obviously, there's some people who can't listen, who don't know how to listen, and just, They hear what you're saying and then it's not what they wanted to hear, so they just like change the subject. Ishmael Sanchez, I'm talking to you, nigga. Sorry. No, he called me twice though. Nah, see, but I like him so much that I feel so comfortable to actually call him out. You know what I mean? He's the reason I call him out now, because he's one of the fucking guys who's heard me like, doing the fucking the nitty gritty rock bottom type shit. He was my niggas. He was there for me for so long. Oh, we were there for each other. It's a mutual thing, of course. I helped him through his shit. He helped me through mine, and we both grew to like tremendous fucking levels of like mental fortitude just from our conversations of like expression and vulnerability. And that's why you can't tell your woman your problems, because she'll leave you. No, I'm joking.
Oh man, there's so much truth in that joke. It's funny.
That's why it's bros before hoes, my niggas. If any of you were doubting, if any of you were thinking, why should I pick bros before hoes? Because I had that question. I was like, because niggas would tell me, why should I be bros before hoes? I was like, but I like hoes, man. You niggas just fucking doubt me and make me feel like shit all the time. Bitches actually like me, nigga. So it's like, why bros before hoes? And then it hit me. Because my niggas, they was there.
I saw this hilarious meme, right? And it was like how girls communicate when they first meet. It's just like a fake compliments. Oh my god, you're amazing. How guys communicate, fake insults. Fuck you ain't shit. Yeah. But they're doing it because they care. And then when the time comes for them to actually be there, they will be there for you. They'll because they know when it turns serious, they're really there.
That is, I would say it's iron sharpens iron, you know what I mean? So insults, if you can actually handle those insults, you're actually going to be better off for it, I think. But you will come off with you will have a more aggressive and more combative, standpoint. So it's, in my opinion, that's kind of unhealthy for, men, to just be bonding through insults. And
it's not only insults, I think.
But it's not only insults, because it's... But it's like, the lad behavior, it's like a lot of pranks, but you need to have the space for vulnerability and expression as well. You can't just have, oh yeah, I'm gonna insult you all the way to fucking kingdom come, tell you everything about, flaws about yourself that you can't even fucking change. You have to realize, I'm insulting you, but I still accept you anyway. You know what I mean? I still accept you as my nigga anyway. Even though I'm insulting you for these flaws, just know I'm not gonna judge you for them. I'm gonna accept you for them as well. So so you gotta find that balance. You gotta make that apparent. And if you don't, your mum don't love you.
Jesus Christ. Like his views don't reflect the views of this channel. Your mum does love you. We all love you. Love is.
That's one of my favorite insults of all time. I can't lie.
That's crazy. But now you mentioned vulnerability and expression, and I think that's a great segue into the next thing I wanted to talk about. One thing like I was saying, like you posted that video about confusing times, you also posted another one about vulnerability and expression, and you kind of touched on that today about how expression is the goal, expression is what you have to, and being vulnerable. What made you want to be that honest and that open on that channel? What was the idea behind that?
Well, it all goes back to my childhood. I had an inability to express myself. All right. Inability to express myself. Can you answer that question again? Sorry, I literally had the fucking.
What made you able to like express? Like, why did you think being that vulnerable and expressive on the channel was a good? Like, what made you want to do that?
Yes. So basically, So my childhood, really repressed. Didn't have much trust to express myself, right? So I had an inability to be, not an inability, but and
it was hard.
Hard for me to be vulnerable. You know what I mean? It was hard to me to be vulnerable because of that. I couldn't relate to people like very well. I was like, okay, why are you doing the things you're doing? They don't really make any sense. And then that causes conflict because it's like, oh, I did a really nice thing to you, but it's like, why did you do that?
Why did you do it?
It's like, I'm just generally confused about why you did that. It's like, it's like, yeah, I'd be great, yeah, but wonderful. I'm just really confused. What you want? You trying to get something? It's like, what you need? It's like. A lot of questions. It's like, So,
no, I get what you mean.
But it's one of them ones. So it's
but
like.
How did you grow from that? Obviously, you're not like that now. Like,
no.
Our relationship was amazing because you're just so open. And
Yes.
And you're able to say what you want.
Yeah. So basically, I realized I started like preaching. At some point, I just started rambling on. Like just rambling, and then it would kind of come off with like preachy, And it made me remember, oh yeah, my granddad was a preacher. My granddad was a bishop, preacher. And the whole point, I had to do it. I'm taking leadership, because you got to practice what you preach, and you got to lead by example. You got to practice what you preach, and you got to lead by example. So I can't tell you niggas to go be vulnerable and expressive if I'm not being vulnerable and expressive myself. Ishmael Sanchez told me that one. He was like, yeah, no half measures, Walter, no half measures, Walter. And he's on the phone, man. He's like, yeah, you said you're a half measure. He called me a half measure. I was like, bro, how you call me a half measure? This guy doesn't know half the shit I've been doing, and you called me a half measure. That shit triggered the shit out of me. And I realized it's true. It's true. It's true. If you're not practicing if you're not leading by example, and you're not practicing what you preach, then how can anyone hold any weight of what you're saying? Which is the perception. That's the illusion. But the value doesn't really come from what you say. You know what I mean? It comes from what you do, your actions. So that's why I don't mind like fully fucking trusting someone, because it's like, you can say these words, I'll trust you fully, yeah, sure, cool, good, but well, I'll be glad to see, I'll be impressed to see if you can actually do it. But if you can't, hey, so it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I still respect the ambition, the thought process behind it as well. So if you can't deliver on what you promise, then yeah, it's calm. But if you make the attempt, if you make the effort, if you make the the effort doesn't even matter, as long as you make an effort to actually fulfill what you do. And whether or not pushing yourself to its limits or not is up to you to decide how that affects you. But in my opinion, as long as you make the effort to stick by your word and to do the thing you actually said, then in my opinion, you're moving in the right direction. You're moving in the right direction.
100%. And I think what you speaking made me think about something about me too. Like, I think I was very much the same. I don't know if it's just an element of being a guy growing up in a certain type of culture where you feel like when you're not open to vulnerability straight away. People have to prove it to you. And like for me, it was like this too, because as I was growing up, I felt very like I felt repressed in the fact that I didn't say what I was on my mind. Exactly. And so I've gone to a stage now I can recognize that, okay, I actually think that vulnerability and expression is strength. That's when you can truly be strong, because when nothing can hurt you because you've already accepted it within yourself, and then you're sharing that with people. Like to me, that's what poetry offered me. You become invincible. You become the most invincible under the sun. The true strength, bro. 100%.
Niggas will call me weak all the time. I'll be like, weakness. I'm like, maybe I am weak. Yeah, I'm not really that strong. It's like, oh, I'm weak, yeah. But I mean, yeah, I could literally fight each and every one of you guys in the venue and take you all out the game. Mm-hmm. But I'm still weak. Why am I so weak? And then I realized it's not weakness. Sensitivity is not a weakness.
Yes.
In the slightest. It is like a fine tuner, like a radar fucking design. You ding 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 issue. Now you can deal with that issue. If you deal with that issue, that becomes a strength. Weakness. Oh, I found a weakness. Deal with it. It becomes a strength. Ding 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 ding. Weakness. It's a sonar. The sensitivity is literally a sonar. That type deal.
100%. 100%.
Weakness really is not weakness. It's really just strength. It's just strength in disguise. Yeah. Weakness is strength in disguise.
Well, I don't know about that. I think some weakness is actual weakness. Weakness. Okay, let me land. Let me cook. Because I know what you're saying. Let me cook. Because I said some wild shit, and I know that you're gonna be like, nah. I want to be able to justify that before you shut it down. Because I know I can understand I do understand what you're saying. I want to give you. I want to make that clear. Like, I know because what you're saying is that every person, even if they're weak, they have the capacity to be strong. And so like the ability for them to be weak is fine because they can be strong. What I'm trying to say is like, I feel like some people choose weakness out of fear. They choose weakness out of inability to be expressive. And I'm trying to say to those people, like, that's actually weakness. You should try to overcome that, because when you become strong, you can still be kind. Like that thing we said before, like kindness, when your kindness overpowers your strength, that's when you can really be the one, No,
I'm just fucking with that woman. I was spitting. Now you continue.
Good. But 100%. It's like when you're able to really embrace yourself, embrace the parts of you which is like vulnerable in a sense. You can really start to see that what they do actually is that they make you understand who you are on a deeper level. Like you know, like there's been times where I've been vulnerable through poetry or to anything, to just being on this channel, or just anything like that. And then like afterwards, when at the beginning it felt like, oh, like, I don't know if I can do this, but then afterwards you see like, oh, there's strength in that. You know, like now I'm that exactly. Now I'm in a more of understanding of who I am. You know, and in the topic of being vulnerable, there's nothing more vulnerable in this world than love. I think there's nothing more vulnerable in this world than finding someone that you really care about, or you know, and then seeing that person take this feeling out of you, or like elicit this feeling out of you. So I know one of the things you've talked about on your channel also is the concept of love. Talk to me about love. First off, what is love? Before we even get to the nitty-gritty of it, what is love in your estimation? What is this thing? What role does it have in our beautiful play?
I can't even lie, bro. I'm still hanging on that fucking
strength thing.
Man said the most vulnerable thing you can do is love. I'm gonna let that one ring out for a second. Let the birds fucking pick up on that one. That's crazy. That's crazy. Sorry, I made like 42 revelations in that 1 minute fucking interaction. They're not being processed yet, but I heard something. But vulnerability, love being the most vulnerable thing you can do is so correct. It's kind of scary. It's too on point. That's the point. Oh God damn! Oh shit! Sorry, I'm so sorry. Let's think about this for a second. Love, right? Love, right? Okay, love, right? You have love, right? The most fucking vulnerable thing you could ever fucking do in your entire life, to the point it becomes scary. So what is love? It's an active facing of false evidence appearing real. It's an active fucking challenge against fear itself, and that's why love is the most powerful fucking thing, because it literally combats fear. What? Ah! What? Oh shit! I need to write that down. Oh, I need fucking no. I don't need a minute, man. That's it. That's all I have to say. I can go now. I'm done. That's all you need.
No.
That is all you need.
No.
That is all you need.
I think we can develop it further. Okay. So one of the things,
further, but there is literally nothing more to it than that.
There's nothing more to say.
That is it. That is literally fucking it. If you literally just take your fucking self to a point of, if you take yourself to the point of vulnerability where you are challenging your fears, you have nothing to fear. So you can do anything. You become limitless without fear. So embrace love. What the fuck? You feel the energy in the air right now, bro? I just clocked it. What the? I thought I clocked it yesterday, 2, 3, 4 days ago, but you just...
This is the point. Bible studies, my friend. Bible studies, brother. Bible studies. Bible studies.
Where did this come from?
Alright. One of the ways, you know that feeling you're feeling now? How I felt, one of the ways I felt, and I've told you this also, and I think I told you this off camera. When I read that poem of yours, right? That poem, How Can I Tell I Love Her? I relate to that so much, because a large part of my, you know, I mentioned about the vulnerability is love. I didn't realize that when I was younger. When I was younger, I used to hide that. So when whenever I felt something about someone, I wouldn't say anything.
The same way you're talking about the poem, How Can I Tell Her I Love Her? That was a really fucking deep dive into my, vulnerability. And if you notice, if you can watch it back, if you notice, as soon as he mentioned the title of the poem, I folded my arms. I got closed up. I wanted to shield up the vulnerability. NLP, body language learning.
Would you mind reading the poem for us? Are you there yet? If you're not,
I might be there. I don't know. Because she's really into spoken word performances as well.
Yeah.
So it might be interesting. I might have to do it and send it to her as well. That would be interesting. But,
I think
like a revamped version from a point of perspective where I'm actually, neutrally at peace. I think that'd be the best, most sincere, wholehearted, wholesome thing to. I think she'd really like that, actually.
Because I have some quotes from it, but I think it'd be better if we just heard the original from you. But if I could go.
We'll save it for now. We'll save it for now. We'll save it for now.
At the end. Okay, so one of my favorite parts of it, right? Like, and I remember you in the poem. So initially you read it to me in person, and I loved it. And then you have a video about it. So if anyone wants to check it out, you can also check it out in the description. I'll put it in. If I put the video down. But yeah, it was like one of the things you said. You're like, no one will ever know the violence it took to become this gentle, the crippling isolation. And then you continue, and then towards the end you go back to love. back to silence, back to you. And I asked again, how can I tell you I love you? Still, the question remains. And in that video, and I think there's another video you have when you talk about the concept of love, and you mention how love can be fickle but also stable. Talk to me a little bit about that. What's that duality like where it can be fickle but also give you stability?
So it's one of them ones. In the moment, with love, it's like in the moment, it's like when it comes, it's an intense emotion, of course. It's an intense emotion, and with intensity comes volatility. Volatility is the fluctuations of I'm using too many fucking words right now. Too many fucking words. Love love is a volatile source of energy. I'll tell you that for a fact. Very intense, energetic, aggressive, calm. It's like the water, It can flow, or it can crash. It can fly.
What it can bend?
Or it can bend. It can literally fucking go through every water, my friend. You put water into the cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into the teapot, it becomes the teapot.
You put water in it becomes the bowl.
It becomes the bowl. Now water can flow, or RIP Japan, it can become a tsunami, just crash, destroy, take away.
So you're saying that's love?
I'm saying that's love. It's like love shares a lot of similarities with the ocean. The ocean shares a lot of similarities with God. We'll get into that later. But at the point I'm trying to make is, it's very intense. So in the moment, it might not. It comes with expectations. Let's be real here. Love should not. Unconditional love is a concept, but most people love conditionally. It comes with an expectation. I love you, you love me. That means if I love you, that means you love me. You know what I mean? That type of deal.
Why do you think that is? I've always wondered. If you love someone, shouldn't that just be enough? Why do we expect things from them?
That's the fucking question, isn't it? That's the fucking question, isn't it?
I know there's no right answer, but if you had to just
that is the fucking question, isn't it? I mean, the answer is ego, of course. Pride, fear of loss. It's fear. It comes back to fear. It's like you love this thing, now you fear it's gonna leave you. Straight up. You love this thing, you fear it's gonna leave you. So what do? You hold on. You hold on, which makes the intensity of those emotions even more intense. And then now you're unaligned because you're not thinking clearly with mind, body, soul. You're thinking maybe more with soul, maybe more with mind, because they're not doing the things you want them to do. So now you're all over the fucking place, and you're in this fucking cacophony of tornado, cyclone, whirlpool, black hole, in betwixt. Nah, you get to that point after you realize, okay, you are at that point, but it kind of takes a while. You're in the storm, in the tornado, getting sucked in. You're like, what the fuck is going on? I'm kind of flowing up in like good energy vibes, but you're still being hit with debris. And then like one little thing happens in the moment. That's where the fickleness comes into play. One little thing happens in the moment, and it's like, oh shit. I was like, oh yeah, she looked at this guy in this certain way, so now that made me feel some type of way. I'm getting jealousy comes out, the envy comes out, the fear of losing. It's like, oh, has she fallen out of love with me? And it's been so long since she said da 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 da. So you start thinking to yourself, oh, is the love really real? Is the love really real? But the other side of that is the stability, where it's like,
enduring.
It's enduring. It's like it gives you hope. It's like, okay, I have someone to go back to. I'm waiting for someone to come back to me. She makes yeah, inspired.
Go off, bro. No, that's not for my account, bro.
No, she's like, because you can tell I'm talking about someone. You can tell I'm talking about someone. But they inspire you to be a better person. They inspire you to take on responsibility, to maintain and live your best and be your best person. They inspire change. You know what I mean? That's where the stability aspect comes in with love. And most importantly, you have to be vulnerable to actually let these forces affect you. You have to open up your heart to actually let yourself be changed by the love in a weird way. But unfortunately,
can I go off that?
Last point. Obviously, you can't open your heart without breaking it a few times.
Can't do that. You can't just say that again and fucking thing. You won't forget anything I was gonna say.
Just the truth, man. The truth is the truth, whether you like it or not. I can't remember.
You can't open your heart without breaking it a few times.
Oh, I stole both of those quotes. The first one, the fucking, what do you call it? The
no one
violence.
ever knows your
I saw
violence.
it in an Instagram post. I fucking snatched that.
The best art is still, brother. Don't worry about it.
It's the resonation though. With things like that, it's like you see something which resonates to you specifically. Some person might see the same thing and just scroll past it.
Yes.
Like, yeah, think nothing of it.
Yes.
So that's where the value comes in.
Yes.
It's like you actually see the value in that object and then you utilize
and
it.
you repurpose it for something bigger.
You repurpose
Yeah.
it in a way only you can actually
understand. Yeah, in a different context almost. Yeah.
That's what mastery of art is all about.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, think about it. Like, no one's ever come up with words, but we just taking shit and repurposing it.
Unless you Shakespeare or unless you're me. Unless you're me
hey,
or Shakespeare,
hey,
you ain't coming
talk about ego, bro. What are you talking about?
No, my ego is.
Man said me and Shakespeare. That's it. It's just me and Shakespeare.
I've got the biggest ego ever. My ego is fucking everywhere. It is like galaxy wide. That's what people don't misunderstand. Because I exist everywhere, in every atom, in every string.
Okay. Let's go. I remember the question I was gonna ask now. On the back of what you said also about in order to open your heart, you have to break it a few times. What has that been like for you? What do you remember? Like, you don't have to mention a person, but do you remember like your first? Because I know when we were walking, we were talking about how change comes from heartbreak, and I remember like when I first had heartbreak and the change it made me go through, and the growth it made me, and like just even the kind of person it made me become, because it made me become strong, but also kind. And I think that understanding that pain was the part where the kindness came from. That I didn't need to be hard on anyone because actually I've been also there.
Most importantly, you didn't need to be hard on yourself.
Yes.
Most importantly, you need to be hard on yourself.
Go off that. Like, what was that like for you, and how's your relationship with love changed over time?
So obviously, there's a lot of different traumas that come with, the heartbreak. I mean, for me personally, it was rejection. That was the main cause, which led to a fucking cacophony of just fucking demons and devils, jinns and all soul manner of creature and goblin, ghoul and spectre, bro. I was in the battlefield. You might as well call me Guts. You might as well just call me Guts, bro. Night after night, bro. Every night would wake up, bro, battling demons, bro. Me and my friends, man said, demons, don't sleep, never rest. What was it? Every day, demons, don't sleep, never rest. Oh, what's it called? Evidence, Better You. Go search up that song right now. That's exactly what it was like. Bomba clot. Essentially, you're literally just processing. You're literally just fucking processing. It's just processing. I said that like 17 times because I forgot the question.
I realized.
Yeah.
So no, the question is basically back on your point about having open heart, you have to break it a few times.
Yeah.
What was that like for you at the beginning when your first heartbreak, and then how's love changed?
Yeah. So the rejection happened. The demons pulled up.
I said it 3 times because I
completely forgot the question. But that's how it is. It's like you're processing, and then you forget why you were processing in the first place. You know what I mean? Kind of like forget why I was processing, and you remember it's like, okay, I was processing this because this type of this happened, and then rejection. That led to all the inadequacy, worthiness. What went wrong? They start answer you answer a lot more questions. So you ask a question, will you go out with me? They say no, and that question opens up a fuck ton more questions for you to go unravel. You're like, okay, was I not good enough? Maybe she should have gave me some damn feedback so I actually had some fucking some walking, some stepping stones. You know what I mean? It's like, what actually went wrong? Why? It's like the main question is like, why not me? You know what I mean? Why? What's wrong with me that you said no? That's the main question, really. That's the first question, probably. It's like, so you're single, ready to mingle,
but not you, not with you.
I'm a man, you're a woman, but not me. So I like to break things down to their like how they should be in a perfect world, and then be like, okay, so why is it not perfect? that's my fucking experimental, process. But yeah, so you figure out. You start asking a question like, why not me? Why not me? And that's when that brings out a whole more questions. It's like, is it because of this? 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 That could go on for the rest of your life. For me, it took me 23 years because I realized it doesn't fucking really matter. Really and truthfully, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Because I understand you, but I want to get more into that.
Like, because it's like, that's just because you're still here. You know what I mean? You're still breathing. Like, at the end of the day, she's still here. Yeah, she said no. You will have, if you want to pursue it, there's always another opportunity. You're still both alive, you know what I mean? And if you don't want to pursue it, or if you choose not to pursue it, then that's the choice you made. It's like, it all comes down to the choice. It's like, am I gonna stick with these emotions of needing to feel validated by you? It does my worth derive from me, you know, being accepted by you? No. So I guess that answers my question. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because, you know, I'm valuable in myself. I know my worth. My worth doesn't come from you or your opinion of me. And then boom, 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 you just move on, see what's next. So now you're in a state where it's like, if she does come back, you have the choice to be like, okay, yeah, we can run this back again from a new point of perspective and confidence and strength of your value. And then by then you'll probably, you know, make it work. That's what fucked me up, because that's what fucked me up, because I didn't get to say goodbye. I got excommunicated from the friend. Them niggas, they prevented greatness. Man, enemies. Nah, sometimes, let me tell you this for the people in the back, man. Sometimes it be your own damn people, man. And sometimes it be your own damn people. Sorry. I had to get that one out there. I had to get that one out there, man. Niggas these days. Anyway, yeah.
It's like that training day thing. When
Yeah,
he's like, you niggas,
yeah. Are you motherfuckers, man? Oh my gosh.
Let me go.
Nah, it's crazy.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful, and I think 100% I agree with you, man. It's the change that it allows you to happen, and, like, you know, it shows you how to love. You know, for me, okay, here's another question. And how has it changed how you loved, and that experience that you had recently, but also back then? All the experiences you've had in love, going forward, how has it changed how you love? Or even why you love?
You see the way I'm sitting right now, the way I was listening to your question. You know, it's like, okay, this is like, I reminisce. You know, I'm in my head most of the time, thinking of the past, trying to answer these questions, thinking of the future. And then I think at some point, I don't know what happened, you just kind of pause. You kind of catch yourself, just pause in the thought, and you just take a look out
into the beautiful. I know.
Yeah, you take a look out, and you're like, wait, maybe it's not loving my past, maybe it's not loving this person, maybe it's not even like loving outside, maybe it's like sharing, like loving just for the sake of loving, you know what I mean, for the sake of the love, you know, like, rather than for the fulfillment of something else, it's just for the sake of itself, you know what I mean. You come to a point where it's like, okay, the past I loved, future I loved, it didn't work out, but why should you feel sad about that it didn't work out? You still loved, the love was there, but it just didn't work out. So
final question,
wait for it, let me finish off as well, but what do you call it, you realize it comes to a point, there's only two things worth loving, because there's only two things which ain't gonna change, and that's yourself and nature. Which is, when I say nature, I mean the nature of things, you know what I mean? The nature of things. You gotta love that things change constantly. Nothing is, in a way, nothing is ever, like, you know, nothing's ever stable. There's a beautiful pattern behind it, yeah, but, you know, some people can't see that pattern. It's a beautiful tapestry. The environment is fucking gorgeous.
No man
but
walks through the same river twice.
No man walked through the same river twice. Bar! Sorry, that's a bar.
It's not mine, but yeah.
I know, and I've heard that one before, but that's a perfect. When I say it's a bar, it doesn't mean like, in itself it's a bar, but like in itself, within its context as well, that's what makes it a bar. But what is the bar? That's the real question. You see what I'm saying? You see, this is what happens. This is what happens. You know, this is what happens.
Yeah,
I was like, why did I just say that? Why did I say that? It's the mentality.
I appreciate it so much, man. No one else thinks like that, and I'm like, thank God someone out there understands me, because that's what I would do, and I'd be like, yo, like, let's get to the first principle. Fuck asking dumb questions. I'm gonna ask the questions that you don't even know to ask.
Yeah, no, because it opens up a new line of thinking as well.
100%.
People are like, okay, that's a bar. Everyone knows it. Everyone has like a subconscious idea of what a bar is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you really mean by that?
But what do you mean by that?
It's relatability. I think it's what's that word? It's a word. It's salience. It's when something is salient. It's when something's like, it's almost like it connects on a deep level to their specific experience. So when I say that, it comes to your word and you understand that in that moment that the words fit perfectly within the context of what we're talking about, but also within your context of what you understand the conversation to be about. You know what I mean? So it's like it's almost like the layers just click. All the layers click. Pa, 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 and boom, and it's like, oh fuck! In that moment, that was the one thing that you needed to understand.
Yeah. That's probably why fucking Jesus said, when two or more are gathered, any prayer can be answered.
Jeez, he said that. That guy's dangerous, man. That guy's so OG. Good. OG, bro.
Big up to the big JC, man. First to ever do it. First to ever do it, man. He laid the way, man. He paved the way. He gave us the blueprint. Repent. Repent, or you can follow my content down below, and then you can achieve the same results. But choice is choice. It's so much easier to just repent. I'll tell you that much. It's so much easier to repent than to follow the fucking journey. I'll tell you.
Alright. Before I forget, the question I was going to ask in the relationship of love was that, what's the difference? How do you know the difference between lust and love? Because that's something I think as young men we're all figuring out, especially in this age of this dunya. This dunya be getting to us, man. How do we, brothers? We must stay focused. How do we do the difference? Go on.
How do we do the difference? I will start off by saying the dunya, the realm of physicality, the beauty of the body. I'm an artist, okay, an animator. I'm an artist, so I look at art. I'm an artist. I look at art. I have to study for research purposes. I have to study the shapes of naked bodies a lot. You know what I mean? For research purposes. For research purposes. But in my childhood, I was exposed to all of these wild things from a very, very young age. So from like maybe the age of 6. The age of 6, I've had these images or this mentality of, or this perception of
Shapes.
Yeah, no. I'm not talking about shapes. I'm talking about pornography.
Okay.
I'm talking about straight pornography.
Okay.
6 years old is when I got exposed to it.
Yeah.
So that stuck with me for the longest time. That's probably why I'm in love with the human form so much. Anyway, sorry, reminiscing. But that's so fun. I can't lie. Very fun times. That deep dive into the lust fucking kid. That was some fun times. Point being, that lust is poison. Straight poison. Poison. But the lust is also not a negative thing, because lust is that desire, that initial desire, that initial attraction, that the whole reason you're inspired, or you're ambitious to hold the love in the first place, is because of the lust, because you're attracted to this thing. This has caught your eye. It resonates with your energy, and it's like, okay, I desire this thing. I want to attain it. That is what lust is. How do you separate it from love? Condition. Do you choose to love someone still, despite what they do? Are you gonna love someone? Are you gonna love someone still, despite what they do? Are you gonna love someone still, despite what they don't do? Do you expect anything from this person? Does their actions remove any attraction? And even so, do you still remain? So it's like, what separates lust from love? It's really and truthfully, it's the condition. That's why unconditional love is my preferred method of existing, because it goes through all of that anyway, and deals with all of those fucking issues. But it's beyond the object. Love is really and truthfully beyond the actual presence of the thing you are loving. You know what I mean? So if it doesn't affect your life in any way, if you're still loving it, that means it's love, straight up. But if you don't love it anymore, you forget about it, it's like it doesn't in the same way it doesn't affect you anymore, this lust, because at the end of the day your attraction is gone from it, you've moved on. But there's a delicate balance. It's not just left or right. It's like the lack of desire, that's a good thing, but good or bad, that's the distinction between love and lust, pretty much. It's the way I say it is material, spiritual, physical and mechanical. physical and mechanical. One is for desire, one is to be nurtured, you know, one is to attract, one is to actually be taken care of. That's the difference. Mechanical, I'd have to go for the attraction. I have to go for attraction, because, you know, mechanical, if you go into physics, you have magnetism, positive, negative, you know, they attract, that type deal. That's why I'd say it's mechanical. But even that, magnetics are kind of spiritual, you know what I mean? Kind of electromagnetic scale. You got the ether, you got like those invisible fucking energies you can't really perceive, you know, fields, auric fields. I would say love is the magnet, because no matter how far you're pulled apart, I guess you would always, like, you know, attract back to one another. But attraction and repulsion, that type deal.
I think you said it best in one of the things you said in one of your videos. You were like, you gotta realize that the love you have for others is a reflection of the love you have for yourself.
Yo, did I say that?
You said that, brother. You said that.
Shit.
You said many good things. I could have quoted you this whole video, but I just wanted to let you speak, because you said some good shit, man. Like, you said that you said as humans we go through different stages of growth. You know, aspects of our environment and the people around us affect the way we love, and like all of that. You know. I can see you reacting to your own words. Like, this nigga's smart. This nigga's spit.
Because that's exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I was missing. Because in between love and lust, there has to be something. So lust is the attraction, the initial attraction, the initial desire to actually get the thing. Loving is the nurturing, the taking care of, and the I guess, what do you call it? What would I say about? But you know what I mean. You know, fucking attraction.
Yeah.
Nurture. There's a word for it. Attraction.
What are you trying to say?
Subtraction. No. Contraction. Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is how his mind works. His mind's working in real time. As you can see, he's figured out. You can't see, his mind is going like 10,000 miles per hour, flicking through words, trying to find a perfect saying.
I think, does love constrain? Does love constrain? That's a question.
It depends from what it's constraining you from.
Do you have Wi-Fi?
No.
Shit.
We're in the wilderness.
I need a contraction. What is a contraction?
Contractions when you close.
Close.
Projection. Opening.
Okay, lust would be contraction, not attraction. Lust, no, would it? Because lust would contract. It pulls you to me, you know what I mean? Lust pulls.
Yeah, it would, yeah.
You know what I mean? So lust would be the contraction.
It's a pull.
Love would be the attraction, because I'm attracted to you, you know? Or would it be the other way around? Because it'd be attraction, contraction, because
I guess
love pulls. Yeah, love would be contraction. Love would be contraction.
Love would be bringing you closer.
Yes,
and
love would be
what pushes you away.
Yes.
Bodily,
yes. It's like, yes, I'm seeking this thing. I'm attracting.
You have to almost objectify it for love.
Yes, exactly. For lust, you have to objectify it. It's like, yeah. And then love, it kind of brings you back to yourself. It brings you back to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It attracts you back to, or it contracts back towards you. And then in the middle of that is loving yourself as you would love others, or loving another as
realizing that your love is a reflection of your
yes.
That's what you said. Yeah,
that's so fucking, my head doesn't even hurt anymore.
Yeah.
Like, usually my head would hurt after that, but it's just like, I know I've got to be ready for the next one, because I know it's gonna happen like 47 more times, so there's no pain to feel.
Here's to the next one, brother. Here's to the next one. All right, cool. And let's wrap this up, because I wanted to wrap up with some of the things.
Beautiful fucking parts I'd like to end it on, like
100%, man. 100%. This shit is planned, bro. This shit is light work.
I said, hey, you get more serious. I fucking like the lead up to this shit as well. You know what?
The build up and the setup and everything. But no, I mean, to even like giving close of that point too, one of the things, to give you your flowers, because dude, like, I put your Substack in the thing. You guys gotta check it out. The ability of your words and the way you can really like resonate with people is amazing. And I took one of the things that I really liked, one of the other poetry.
I went through hell to achieve this. I can't lie. I went through hell and back. And then back to hell.
Come back, brother.
I came back, and I went back to hell, and then I came back, and I took a couple more visitations. I was like, actually, check up with the old devil. Came back, and I had a couple dinner with the demons. Dinner with the demons. I came back again. Anyway, you get the point.
I get the point. All right. But anyway, one of the things I wanted to get your reaction or reflection on for something you wrote. It's called Twin Flames, and I really like this one. That's how I brought it out. So I'm gonna say it goes like, twin flames, one ocean, two ripples. Imagine one flame in the center. You have a runner. You have a chaser. You are running in the same direction, running towards the flame, chasing the flame. This is a mindset of separation. The choice would be to stop moving, embrace the silence, and simply be. Alleviate the need to find validation from external sources and realize that you are completely fulfilled internally. There is no need to run if you already reach your destination. There is no need to chase if your destination isn't running. Brother, that was crazy. But yeah, go off that. What was the mentality? What were you thinking?
I got to my pass off when I was bossed up. I can't lie. This nigga was spitting. No, I was cooking. Holy shit.
What was the inspiration for that?
Ladies, women, as per usual. Because, left and right, masculine, feminine, that's the magnetism, you know what I mean? That's the beautiful relationship between. That's why I fucking love the fucking.
So I love reality, man.
That's why I love reality, man. It just works.
So much.
It just works, man. It's like
so much to do, so much to be, so much to
it's just really pleasant. It really is a present. I might start spitting.
Go on.
I'm not gonna start spitting. I ain't got no boss. I ain't got no boss. I'll stick to the philosophy now. I joke. I'm just saying, the fear of God, man, soon come. MF Bloom, soon come. I'm just saying. That's a teaser for like the next 2 years or some shit. Cause I'm focused on a bunch of other shit. I can't be making music right now. Anyway.
There's no need to chase if your destination isn't running.
Exactly. So the whole point, like the whole concept behind that one is to realize you don't need to desire anything. Like I've been trying to break down how did this Buddha nigga be like, okay, no desire, and then okay, how do we achieve enlightenment? How do we achieve nirvana? Stop desiring. And you're like, okay, cool.
My desire is to stop desiring.
Cool. My desire is my desire now is to stop desiring. And then you're just like, okay, cool. And then you start asking questions. How do I get that done? Which is another desire. So you're in a paradoxical cycle with that line of questioning, and I think that's the point, because it makes you answer the question: why do you desire the things that you desire? Why do I desire the things that I desire? I don't know where I was going with that. I was going with somewhere fire with that, but it slipped my brain.
No, you're thinking how you were trying to figure out how Buddha didn't desire anything.
Yeah, so it's like you get to that point where it's like, okay, my desire is not to desire. How do I not desire? Well, you desire by realizing that you actually don't need anything. If you're in a state of wanting, if you're in a state of ambition, if you're in a state of trying to get something, that would literally mean you do not have it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get this money because I do not have this money. It's not a like mindset, but it's a subtracted mindset. It's a subtraction of a mindset. So, which is not the worst thing, but technically an addition of a mindset, because you need this to go grab that, you need this to go grab that, you need this to succeed, you need this.
It comes from a lack of abundance.
It comes from a mindset of lack. It comes from a mindset of lack. Scarcity mindset. So it's like, okay, so forever you're gonna be in a cycle of desire, because it's like you need the money to go pay your bills, you need the food to go, But when you're in a state of like, liberation, peace, enlightenment, then you actually don't have any desires, because everything you could ever want is literally already obtained and exists within yourself. So what need is there to desire if you already have everything you desire? So, you know what I mean? That's about where I go to. And I was just like, yeah, it does make sense. It does make sense when you realize external things do not and should not count for your validation and worth, and that all your validation and worth comes from your self-perception and how you actually, and your self-conduct, your personal self-conduct, how you conduct yourself in this fucking locomotive world, this world of locomotion. Sorry, I was making a fucking train fucking joke there. Conductor, anyway. You get the point. You get the damn point, man.
I love it so much, man. I love it so much.
That's the state of fluctuation.
Does it feel, yes.
Like in my conversation, you can see the ups and downs. You can see the duality and how I navigate between them.
Yeah.
Through the fucking, it's like It's like a figure.
You can see your mind working, and that's the beauty of it. Like, there is no stopping what you're gonna. You have to. That's how you get the gold.
That's what I mean. That's why I say there's no negative or positive. You just stay neutral and then appreciate whatever side you get. You know what I mean? You're not gonna stay neutral forever. You're gonna be positive, sometimes negative, but you gotta be able to appreciate the positivity and the negativity. And then guess what? Once you appreciate it, you go back to neutrality in a weird way. It's like, okay, I appreciate this. I appreciate the positivity. I have positivity. I'm back to neutrality. Negativity. I have negativity. You go back to neutrality. It's like,
and that's where gratitude and like happiness, almost like peace, comes from, I guess.
Yeah, you're just sitting there, you're just like, wait, I'm already in a neutral state of mind, and you just look around, it's like, oh shit, there's a fucking tree there. I've never really looked at a tree so much, and you start eyeing it down. It's like there's so much to the tree. It bends in so many. There's like no one could calculate the angle of which way it would bend. No one could calculate that angle. You know how crazy that is? Like, how long has that tree even been there?
For context, we're actually looking at a singular tree. That was crazy as fuck.
That one is wild.
That was crazy as fuck.
That is like I like the pattern on that one.
Trust. That's why I said. That's what I realized when I first saw it.
Oh, that's like snakes. Snake tree, the great snake tree.
Anyway, to bring this to a close, I wanted you to tell me about you. When you met me, you reintroduced yourself to me. You said, "Nice to meet you. I am."
Oh yes.
I can't pronounce the name.
Ophiuchus.
Ophiuchus.
I had to fucking catch myself there because I mispronounced it as well. Ophiuchus. I keep saying Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus or some shit. But it's Ophiuchus.
So we started with the birth of Phil Brown, and I think the journey we talked about is like how you kind of went through that. We're gonna end with your ascension into Ophiuchus. So tell me about that. Tell me about that kind of journey.
Shall indeed. I'll tell you this. It didn't even start with Phil Brown. I'll tell you this, it started with me, nigga. Jason Okereke, yeah, big dog himself. JCO. Dude, that's crazy. Jason Okereke. Jesus Christ. Jason Chinadum. Chinadum in my language, Igbo by the way, means God leads. God leads. Jason, God leads Okereke. Nah, you niggas ain't even ready for me. Sorry. Introductions. Hi, my name is Jason. How you doing? I'm good. Yeah, you know, that's me. That's me right there. I might be slightly schizophrenic. Slightly schizophrenic. No, I fuck with it though. Because you know, everyone's scared of schizophrenia. I was scared of schizophrenia, and then I realized, yeah, I mean, we're all just like different pieces of ourselves from different parts of, you know, like even the timeline gets a little bit fucking shifty, you know. Like, does time really exist? We perceive time to exist, but if time doesn't exist, that would mean everything is happening everywhere all at once, and that would mean all your thoughts are happening at the same time, which means you could tap into those thoughts. Schizophrenia. Point being, I have like different personalities to kind of contain all of these fucking, you know, because if it was all into one being, it would just like explode. Which is precisely why I created, because I culminated all into one being, which is what we call Ophiuchus, the one and only, the D1 piece, inspired of course by the very very inspirational anime that I watched 2000s, came on actually 1999 or some shit, right? One Piece. Based, man. Based. Fucking Straw Hat D. Luffy. Straw. Migi Warana Luffy.
I just did the voice so well.
Nah, that's a lot of because when you smoke a lot, you have to actually, you know, like, okay, why am I smoking so bad? And it's like, oh, your shoulders are forward. I used to be a gamer as well. If there's one thing you take away from this entire podcast, go fix your damn spine. Fix your spine. Before anything else, go fix your spine. Realign your spine so you can actually fucking look at what you're trying to do, you know what I mean? Because if you're slouched down playing games or that you're looking down, if you're fucking I don't know what the opposite of that one is, to be honest, you know, just fucking crouch down, but you know, you get the point.
Shoulders back, you know.
Yeah, if you're lying down all day, your neck's just, you know, broken, nigga, you need to be straight up stable. Look what's in front of you.
So I mean, bring your back on point.
Orpheus, Morpheus, Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus. That's Ophiuchus. That's fucking crazy.
It was a slip of a tongue, but it's actually not.
It's like a slip of the tongue, but it contains so much more than we intended.
I wasn't familiar with your
game. No, my apologies, sir. I wasn't familiar with your game. Damn. Nah, but I can't lie. Yeah, so essentially, if you get into zodiacs, you realize Jesus is the 12th zodiac. You know, you have 12 zodiacs and then one in the middle. So he's the 13th zodiac sign, the sun. You know, literally all the zodiacs spiral around the one sun. So you have 12 zodiacs around one sun. If we bring that to a point, you get yourself a cone, and at the tip of that cone would be Jesus, right? But obviously it's zodiacs, and I'm gonna call him fucking Jesus. And he's gotta have a fucking sick name like Ophiuchus. He got a sick. I mean, Yeshua's a fire name though. Young Yeshua, man. So. Jeez. That's a gold name. I can't even lie. No, but Ophiuchus is just fucking constant. It's like Starry. It's the Starry. It's kind of more worldly, more material, more something we could relate to because we could actually see the stars, in my opinion. But
does it change your journey, you think, or what you do
none the slightest. It does change my journey. The journey is still the same, but it's just easier to fucking culminate it because so basically I started off myself, right? And the ending, what I see as the end is or as far as I've gotten to so far is Ophiuchus, right? But from there, that's the end. That's like the 9th iteration of myself. You know what I mean? So I've been reinventing myself year after year after year after year. First there was Cheloni and Bronco, inspired by Heartbreak, of course. Then there was the Chef Transcendence, inspired by creativity. There was Brother Negus, inspired by technicality. Alchemy, I should say. Brother Negus, inspired by alchemy. No, Brother Negus, inspired by. Sorry, I'm just dealing with something. You gotta make it make sense. If I'm creating a story here, you gotta make it line up. You know what I mean? You gotta connect those dots yourself. That's what being an author is all about. Placing dots which all connect into a entire totality, and that's what God did. Side note. Point is, I had.
I'm just giving you space to go, bro. I just know.
Trust me, we'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually because it's a lot to.
You're good, bro.
I don't know why I'm trying to hold this for like 2 seconds.
You're trying to bring it up. Oh, of course, brother. Of course. And just before you say it, just why you bring that up, I'll just go for like. Man, like just seeing because I totally agree with you when you come to like reinventing yourself, man. Like, I think that's so important. Like I think people need to realize that like it's almost like picking a character in a game. Yeah. You have to pick your character correctly because sometimes you're living a life or you're born into a life that isn't really who you want to be or who you think you could be. And we get stuck into that because of fear, because of whatever. We never try to become more. But like when you take it upon yourself to become better or to like embody an ideal, that's what I would say. Make that choice to embody an ideal. It really kind of pushes you to do better and like to really like strive for better. And I think that's what you're trying to say. That's what you're trying to go for.
Yeah, to see how far you could really like take. Like, if there's no limit, right? If the sky's the limit, and you've already surpassed the sky, what's next? You figure it out. You literally pave the way. You keep going forward. You don't just stop there and be like, okay, mission complete, done. Yeah, I've achieved what I've needed to achieve. There's still more things to figure out. The pattern isn't fully realized. I mean, the what you were trying to figure out has been fully realized, but now there's potentially something else. But the way I see it, man, knowledge is ever changing, which means knowledge is ever changing. Nature is ever changing, which means I will forever be changing. Nothing is stagnant. So, I am nature at the end of the day. I am natural. I absorb, consume, and intake knowledge. So, by default, it's changing me. I'm changing the world. The world is changing me. It's a beautiful relationship, man. What's there to stress about, man? We doing it to each other. We doing it to each other. So we might as well have fun with it. At the end of the day. So it's like, okay, change. Don't change. Don't see you motherfuckers stagnating out there. Yeah. Nah. We need to talk. Because you fucking up the change, but not really, because without stagnation, there's a place for stagnators everywhere. Man, anyway, I'm just gonna man, do what you gotta do, man. I'll give you a chance to give them advice, because that's one of my final points. Before you do that, actually, I wanted to ask: are you ready to read the poem? Yes, I will read the poem. But you want to give the examples of the different iterations that you've gone through, because I was waiting for that. So these iterations, right? So the union. Okay. We started off with Jason Okereke. We got into Chelonian Bronco, which is the first time I really kind of developed a name for myself type deal. Like, okay, I'm really fucking with this name. Actually, might have been Chef Transcendence first, you know what I mean?
Chilean Bronco?
Yeah, it might be it might have been Chef Transcendence first on my Instagram. Either way. So many different fucking names to describe who I was, because, I didn't want to be myself, of course. So I had to you have to create like fucking superhero avatars, because that guy's a lot cooler than the guy that I actually am. Actually was, I should say, because I guess I'm all these guys. Things change. But I come to realize that nigga was a savage as well. That nigga was a fucking cold ass motherfucker as well. But that's not been it.
It was you this whole time.
It was me this whole time, bro. It was me this whole time, bro. It's crazy, bro. Man said it's always been me. It's always been you, my nigga. It's just a gun shooting. The world, the entire world is me. The world is you as well. Like, it's literally a picture of the guy. Anyway. Point being, Jason Okereke, Chef Transcendence, Chelonian Bronco, a culmination of humanity, Phillian Brown, the resurrected Phoenix, and the collateral beauty. You see how they get more insane as they go up. You see how they get a little bit more insane as they go up. But yeah, so, and then obviously the finality, which is Ophiuchus. However, all of these personalities culminated in one aspect, in one idea called Solaris Asclepius. Solaris Eclipsis, which is obviously solar eclipse, which is the union between sun and moon. They come together to form the black canvas, not blank, the black canvas of infinite realities and possibilities. I think that's why I fuck with the black hole sun so much, because it's like a black hole contracting everything inside into it, containing the possibilities of anything and everything and everywhere and anywhere, all at once, in a beautiful union. So it's everything right there, it's the singularity, if you will. Everything is culminated into that single point. Yeah. That's all I got.
That's amazing. That's amazing, brother. I was just staring up at the distance, just like, oh, fuck it, that's amazing. Alright, cool. Okay. Final question. Oh. You've been amazing. Like, you've done really well. I think it's been windy, all of that, man. You've.
I like how, as we end the podcast,
the sun comes back up. Yes, it happened last time too. Remember?
I don't mind that.
It happened last time too.
Actually, enjoy the sun with peace and full focus.
Exactly.
Fuck all y'all niggas, yeah.
Yeah. Come on, man. I love you, man. I love you. It's all love. Jason is on some smoke today.
We got a belligerency as my favorite fucking attitude. Like, just straight up, fuck all you niggas. I'm liberated. You can't cage me. You can't sedate me. I'm a savage, nigga.
Or some Tupac shit.
Nah, not even Tupac. I'll say fucking Immortal Technique.
Immortal Technique. Alright, I don't know who that is. Who's that?
Niggas with I'm a motherfucking nigga with an attitude. I had a case.
Okay. Final question. Go listen to Immortal Technique. I'll have to do that as part of my homework for next time. Before I forget, before you go off, because I know you're gonna go off for more technique, and I can see it coming, and I need you here, brother. I need you here. What? Final question: what practical advice would you give to the people at home? Your first advice was to sit up straight. Sit up straight. Make sure you get your back straight, and that's 100%. That's really helpful. But what advice would you give them to go away? A piece of thing you think they should do, or think about, or experience, or express for them, for their life going forward?
Easy. Actually, surprisingly fucking easy. I thought I'd have a difficult time answering this question, but I'll tell you right now, it doesn't matter what obstacle you walk into. I know in the middle of the video I mentioned that love is the combat to all fear, you know what I mean? Loving is the combat to all fear, but that's a concept. How do you actually apply it? You know what I mean? How do you actually apply loving as a weapon against fear? Authenticity. I'm going to say that one more time. Authenticity. Remain authentic. Embrace authenticity. Use it as a compass to guide you to the things you want and you don't want. If it doesn't align with you, don't fuck with it. If it does, fuck with it. If it's authentic to you, GG, you'll be happy, you'll resonate, you'll be comfortable. If it doesn't resonate with you, be authentic about it and tell them niggas fuck off. And you get the point.
100% get the point. Knowledge is good, but it's like what we were talking about before, it's layers.
Let those who have ears to listen hear. The lips of wisdom are closed except to the ears of understanding. If you're willing to listen, the lips will give you their wisdom so you can understand. They link. The Kabbalion and the Bible just...
They link, And even what we've talked about today.
I've not made that connection before.
I've just made that connection today.
I just made that connection just now.
Like literally, and I think also even basing off the point, because everything comes in triangles, brother. Because everything comes in triangles. What we've talked about here today, the words we've used, the language you've used, the tone you've used. If you just get off put by that, let me finish. If you get put off by that, then the problem is you won't be able to understand what we're saying. But what Jason is saying, the authenticity that he's been expressing himself throughout this video with, if you're unable to understand that, then you're not ready for the message that he's trying to send you. You're not ready for the information he's trying to get across. But once you understand that information, you become the bearer of that fire. You become the bearer of that information. You now can go out there and be authentic to yourself. Because I think what you need for yourself is to be who you truly are. Jason is who he truly is. And you know what I mean? And I think that if the way he's got there, he can give you the experience, he can give you the knowledge, but you can only apply it yourself.
Most importantly, who the fuck else are you gonna be other than yourself? Please, show me the nigga you think will be better than being yourself, and I'll say go for it. You know what I mean? If you can't, be yourself. And if you don't like yourself, make yourself better. Wow. Who would have thunk it? Wow. Stop living the same damn life, the same stagnant, unchanging life. Nothing's gonna change if you don't change. Nothing's gonna change if you don't change nothing. That's crazy. Don't stagnate. Step out your comfort zone. Maybe don't put on the fucking black pair of socks today. Put on the white ones, man. Put on the white ones. At least show the universe you're willing to do something new. And maybe it'll provide you with some damn opportunities to do so. That's the mindset right there, man. That's the expectation mindset. Niggas these days, man. Motherfucking cages out here. Trapped ass niggas these
Don't hype me up, bro. You're just too hype, bro. You're gonna hype me up, go crazy.
I mean, when you're trying to influence people, you gotta
just give them the African mother, like yo.
I think it's the African energy.
It's the African energy, man. Because I'm like that too. No one understands, brother. But okay, to bring it to a close, I think it'd be beautiful if you could perform that point for me. Not just because of what we just said about authenticity and value and being vulnerable, but also because to show that there is a balance, there's a duality within this. There is you gotta fix your life, but there's also do it with love. Do it with understanding that there is a piece of you who wants to love, who wants to be able to appreciate the beauty of what the world can offer. So Jason, if you wouldn't mind, I would love it for you to perform, because it's one of my favorite poems.
Hey,
I love performing.
This would be a beautiful opportunity to express some authenticity right here for you right now as well. Exactly. But I'm not gonna do that because that's kind of savage. Because I don't want to perform the poem authentically. I don't want to perform the poem. So I should say, no, Jeff, I don't want to perform the poem because it's gonna put me in a place which is gonna make me feel really sad and reflective. And I don't want to be melancholic. I'm enjoying the sun right now. But guess what? And now that I've mentioned it, I now have the choice to make. Am I going to choose to be authentic, or am I going to choose to, authentically remain inauthentic? You see what I did there? Am I going to choose to authentically remain inauthentic? Shall I be inauthentic to myself, knowing full well the consequences of my authenticity or my inauthenticity? Yes, I don't mind doing that. I'll take up that consequence. I know what comes with that consequence, and guess what? It's just me reading the poem. So I don't mind that. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be authentic. See, you got to show people that these rules are made to be broken.
Yes.
These rules are not made to be followed. They are made to be experimented with. They are meant to be, what's the word? Kind of. They're just used there as a guidance. As a guidelines. You have to interpret this and then use it how it aligns with yourself, and where you want to go. And if the rules doesn't fit your prerogative, fuck them rules. Sorry to say, fuck them rules. Burn them down if you need to. If they get in your way. I mean, if if they're working for other people, then maybe you should be like, yeah, I do your thing. Yeah, I don't want to, infringe on that shit. That's what you guys. But if it does, then it's like, fight for that shit, man. Fight for that shit. And if you're gonna fight for that shit, then
I appreciate that. To come off that, then, if not the poem, is there any realization? Because I'm now trying to find something from that experience where I can take with me. Right? Is there anything that you've realized that you give advice to me about that experience that you have about that poem? Because I think there is something about that poem which I resonate with, but I'm not sure quite what it is. So is there anything that you've gone through the experience that you want to say, just a one line or any realizations about love? I know we've kind of touched on that, but about that experience itself and being authentic going forward, how I should approach that, how one would approach that if you haven't already gone through that experience.
Oh, that's a difficult question.
I know. It's a difficult question.
That's a difficult question. I mean, authenticity, it comes back to authenticity. I want to say authenticity for some reason. That's in my head.
Be authentic.
Yeah, it comes back to being authentic. But
how can I tell her I love her?
Yeah, it's like, how can I tell her I love her? The thing about that one is what I was doing there. What I was doing there, it was like, how can I tell her I love her? It was like the whole beauty of authenticity and abstraction. I'm like, abstraction is one of my favorite fucking concepts of all time. It's like, how many times can you say something without actually saying the damn thing? Which is where the language of washish comes from. I made up a language called washish, which is like, how much shit can you say without actually saying anything at all? You know what I mean? But it's like, how much shit can you say without chatting any shit? You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing now, but I've mastered it. So I've mastered it. I'm chatting shit. But if you listen to the goddamn words I'm saying and take them down, you will fucking, you succeed. You can't lose. You cannot lose. That type deal. So it's like, I don't even know what the fuck I was saying.
Let's close it. Jason, you're fucking amazing. You're amazing. This has been an amazing fucking podcast. You're right at the beginning. You're right at the beginning, brother. Yeah, just being outside in the air, just in the fresh air, and also just how you've been able to just like really be authentic. I can tell you now, as a friend, I can see you at your most authentic, your most pure. And I really, really am glad for that, man, because the world really deserves the most authentic version of you, man. 100%, brother. 100%. And so we finish off. Is there any questions you have for me before we close out? And I always leave the guests a chance for one question just to close off. If not, it's fine. It's all good. You can do it next time.
What you got planned for your podcast, actually? What you got planned for your podcast, like, for the next, like, couple upcoming months, couple weeks? You know, what you got planned for? Are you just gonna be finding new interesting people? Like, I'm thinking about expansion here. You know, like websites. I'm thinking of, networking with niggas. Networking with
the NN.
Networking with the niggas.
But no,
see you all God, But,
I have some guests coming on. I mean, like, like the ones before. I've always trying to get interesting people on this podcast. I want to go back and talk to people I've talked to before, but I want to talk to people for the first time. So I've got some new people that are coming on that I think that you're gonna, this podcast coming out, I think you're really gonna like. But I'm not gonna say much about it until that's recorded and done, innit? But like, there's a few that are coming in. I think there's never in the next few months is about expressing, right? As you said here, but finding more people and getting deeper with the people. Because what you mentioned about the vulnerability in that video, that's from months of work. I've done, this is episode 30, Jason. Episode 30. So I've done 30 of these now episodes. Like, I've done way more than this. I've done 30 episodes of sitting down and getting deep with someone. You know what I mean? It gets to a point where you find that you can do it really well with like people that you just met, even. So that's what I'm trying to get to. Do more with more people that I met, but also getting deeper and deeper with them.
I see. So, kind of pushing yourself, taking yourself out of that comfort zone a little bit. Like, 100%. Okay, it's not just friends, or interesting people that I know are interesting. It's like, okay, let's see.
How can I sit with
fresh?
I've never met before?
Yeah, how would it? Yeah,
and get deep.
Yeah, that's how we move on to them Joe Rogan levels.
Yes. Ooh, now you see where it's going, brother. Now you see what the goal is. Now you see where the goal is. All right, Jason, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for watching. It's been an amazing day, amazing podcast. I hope you guys have a great day. Until the next time, peace.
Bow.